Happy Homebrew Wednesday, everybody. The first one on the year 2022. And it actually is a Wednesday today, it's the 5th of January. Just completed a brew day, which I've done a video for. It'll be a grain of glass, it'll be up probably before maybe towards the end of the month. So brew day today was altogether IPA. We've all done it. Today was my third time trying it. First time was sublime. Second time, not so sublime, went down the sink. So today, took my time with it, went back to basics, and hopefully I've got it right. There's a few issues with it. In fact, I'll put this up now, actually. So I'll talk about this at the end of the brew day footage as well, but I may as well put it now, and then maybe I'll get some of your suggestions for what I should do. So the dry hop, after 7 days, calls for 82 grams of Mosaic, 43 grams of Cascade, 43 grams of Simcoe, and 43 grams of Citra. I don't have any Citra, so I don't know what to do. I'm not going to buy any, right? So that's not it. So my options are double up the Simcoe. I think Simcoe rather than Cascade, just given that they're closer in terms of the alpha acids. But is that much Simcoe going to work? I don't know. Cut it out completely, so just go with the Mosaic, Cascade and Simcoe. Don't disregard the Citra altogether, and just 43 grams less in total. Or do I put 43 grams in of a hop that I have in stock? And really, I mean, I could go through the list and tell you what I have. Well, I couldn't because I don't have it in front of me, but really it doesn't matter what it is. Should I do that? I have a lot of hops down there that I've never used before, and I don't think I should do that, because if you're trying a new hop, I like to do it sort of maybe in a smash, or maybe just, you know, 1 or 2 hops. This is it's not overly complex, but it's a wee bit more complex hop bill. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I have Nelson Sauvin, which keeps popping into my head. I have a shit ton of Sabro, which I have used extensively, and it might actually go well with the Cascade and the Mosaic. Actually, I think I've had a Mosaic Sabro before commercially. So there's a couple of options there. What do you guys think? Leave a wee comments down below, or hit me up on the Facebook and tell me what you think I should do. I'm teetering between Sabro, Nelson Sauvin, or just leaving it, just cutting it out. That said, I'll probably just double up the Simcoe. So yeah, missed a couple of my numbers on today's brew, but you're going to find that out whenever you watch the next video, the grain of glass video. So just going to, this year, focus on little things such as my numbers. My brew house efficiency today was down at 62%. I'm normally talking around 70%, so it's a reasonable drop. And hopefully I can get that back and work out what to do to get that back. I think sparge is a big thing. I'm not really sparging properly. There's a few other wee bits and pieces that I probably could do if I just took a wee bit more time and a wee bit more effort onto it. So yeah, that's it. That's today's brew. Next up, I'm going to do a stout. The good thing about the stout is it probably doesn't need to be put in the fermentation chamber the same way as the IPA would, in terms of a wee bit more forgiveness there if the temperature fluctuates more. So it'll probably just go into a wide mouth bucket with an airlock and just sit in the living room or whatever. So that's going to be fun. Hopefully get that done before the end of the month, actually. A couple of days off coming up, maybe do that then. So that recipe then, it's come by way of about 2 or 3 YouTube videos, and I'll explain more about that when we come to do it. But it is going to be a trilogy of ginger, and that's a wee bit of a clue. But in terms of 2022 then, what are my plans going forward? I always like to make plans and then not follow through with them. That seems to be the way of the the channel. I've made grand designs before and haven't really followed through. I was talking a wee bit on the Facebook forum there, the BrewTube official Facebook forum, about water chemistry over Christmas. It's something I've always shied away from because it just looks bloody complicated, and it seems to almost take the enjoyment out of brewing rather than, because at the end of the day, I'm not a commercial brewer. I brew for the crack, because I like beer, and you know, it keeps me out of trouble a couple of days a month or a couple of, you know, whatever. So when you start getting really involved in it, I always thought, you know, maybe it takes a wee bit of fun out of it. But I watched a couple of videos, some guys sort of trying to explain water chemistry to idiots, and it actually doesn't look that complicated. The amount of chemicals you actually need to be able to do your water additions is slim, very few. Brewfather does a lot of the calculations for you. In fact, if you wanted it to, it would do all the calculations for you. You just need to get a water report. So that leads me on to the first challenge for 2022, and that challenge is I'm going to try and brew a NEIPA, a New England IPA. Always, you know, at the cutting edge, going forward, you know, like I'm at the forefront of brewing. Right, sorry, if you don't know what a NEIPA is, it's a New England IPA. It's a very, very new style. I think like maybe Timmy Jenkins, I think he's probably the only person that's ever done one. I've never ever seen them commercially. Yeah, so I'm gonna try one. I'm gonna be honest, it's not a style that I am overly excited about commercially, but from time to time you do get one that just blows your socks off. When I watch video reviews of guys like Timmy doing, you know, sending them out to guys, or the Blue Trouser did one a while back, and when I see the pictures of them even on the Facebook forum, they just look incredible. If nothing else, they look incredible. So I can do that to my style with the hops that I want, etc. So it'll probably be better than a commercial one, and I think it is a style that once you smash it, it probably is going to be better than commercial, based on the fact that it's a style that needs to be drunk very fresh. You know, you've maybe got a couple of weeks to get that down you, whereas if you're doing that commercially, you're going to compromise a wee bit there to give you a wee bit more longevity, make it last longer, so you can dish it out to the shops and sell it that way. So I think as a home brewer, it is one style that we probably do have a slight advantage over microbreweries. So that's my first big challenge. Second thing that I've written down here that I want to get done in the early part of this year is another Rye IPA. If you remember a while back, I done a Rust Bucket Clung. Rust Bucket is the Kinnicker brewery in Donegal in Ireland, and I did a Rusty Pale, which was very good, but I think I need to up the rye a wee bit. And also, you won't have seen it yet because I haven't released it yet, but I've done a video, got a couple of beers tasting that were primarily done with Red X, which is a grain, specialist grain. The malt Miller carries, excuse me, the malt Miller carries, and I've been sort of hemming and hawing about using it. I've wanted to use it, but I don't want to commit to buying such a large quantity of a single grain that I may not want to use. So the beers that I've tasted have sort of nudged me that I am going to do it. I am going to go ahead with it. So I'm going to do a Red X Rye IPA. There's bound to be an anagram of that somewhere that I can make something funny. But anyway, so that's going to be the next plan. So that might be... well, we might even just do them in the order that I'm talking about. I don't know. They're not concrete. They're just ideas at the moment. And then finally, I can't remember if I mentioned it right at the start of the video there, but I did a Lutra lager. It was a recipe pack from Malt Miller. So I was dipping my toe in the water a wee bit when I came to the malt miller. I've ordered equipment from them before, but I've never ordered grains or ingredients from them. Just wasn't entirely confident ordering from England to Ireland with grains and stuff like that. But I was 100%, absolutely 100%, couldn't fault them. So yeah, I get the Red X from them. I'll probably do another couple of lagers from them, lagers. It went down an absolute treat over Christmas. It cleared up beautifully. It didn't even put any finings in or anything. I know I watched a couple of videos from the malt miller themselves, and they were saying, you know, this won't clear out the way you normally want it to. Well, mine's did. Mine's cleared out absolutely fantastically. Not, you know, you're not talking Budweiser or Miller clear here, but like homebrew clear. No gelatin or nothing in it. In hindsight, I really wish I had it on video or not, because it was a perfect brew day from start to finish, and the whole keg got sank on Christmas Day, stroke Christmas night. So yeah, so that's my 3 targets going forward: Red X, Red Rye, Red X IPA, that thing, and trying to smash a couple of lagers out of the park. Probably going to do an Indian Pale Lager, and then probably going to do a New Zealand Lager. So they're my sort of ideas of what I want to do going forward. In terms of the channel, I'm just going to keep plugging away at it. The last couple of videos have been a wee bit more successful than previous attempts. So thanks guys. Feel free to leave comments, constructive criticism or otherwise. I don't really care. I've got thick skin. I can't think of anything else that I have to tell you. No, I think that's it. You know, just going to keep plugging away. I'm always active on the YouTube forum if you want to have a look and see what we're up to. The Brew Tube Facebook forum. That's a mouthful. Yeah, guys. So happy Homebrew Wednesday.